And today we're going to discuss about how reality has been hitting me lately. This might be same for you guys too, because in my view, it is that even if you have a lot of connections, even if you have a lot of network, even if you know hundreds of people, end of the day you're alone, completely alone. Just like in my case, I'm drinking these kind of medicines, and I'm fully in bed rest. I cannot get out of this room or get out of my house to just even see the people I know, or just for even for a tea. I just cannot get out of this house. That is how my medication is, and most of my friends know these. Most of the people I know these things too, and none of them have called me like, how are you doing, or are you taking good care of yourself and all those things. No, none of them have. And you can understand that end of the day, no matter how many people you know, no matter what I would do to other people, end of the day you're finally alone. And it is completely a normal thing too. You have to accept this reality, and you have to accept that this is normal. Even if it is not normal, you have to accept that this is normal, because you cannot change these kind of things. Because in order to change these kind of things, you have to change other people's mind. Other people, you have to alter other people's mind, and which is possibly that you cannot do until unless you both are into same business, or into making a semantically same decision, or in semantically a same path, making different decision. Some way you have to be same. So all you can do is you can have hundreds of connections, hundreds and millions of connections. Just get to know many people. You can have good amount of connection. You have a good network, and use the network in your good way for your business, and to handle those network, and just maintain all those things. You should not expect them to take care of you until unless you ask them to take care of you. I can just call, I can hold this phone and call people in my network to send me money. I can call the people to get me a cab, or just, I'm in this kind of trouble, just save me from all these things. I can just call them, and they will genuinely help me with their own person, because I have helped them too. And I believe that they're going to do the same to me. So we are not emotionally connected. We are connected with a string of reality that is going to last for the end of both of our life. Until unless me or the other person dies, the string of this reality lost. So I cannot expect an emotional connection with them unless they want to exchange that kind of emotion with me, and I want to exchange that kind of emotion with them. I cannot expect an emotional connection with them, because you know some real reason. But I can expect a real connection with them. With as I expect as I told you, with a string of reality, there's something that I can call for a real help. I have killed killed the person, and his dead body is in the maybe in my wardrobe. I can just save me from all this trouble. He might be just calling us to do all his connections, might be political connections, police connection, and just washing washing this case away. So I can do all the mischievous things and just call some numbers, and they're going to help me. But I cannot expect an emotional connection with them. As I've told in this example, I'm having this kind of medication, and I cannot go out of this room, cannot go out of this house, and I have to completely stay bed rest to completely be cured with all these things. So I cannot expect them to call me and ask me, how are you doing? Are you doing good? Are you taking all your medicines? No, they're not my girlfriend. They're not my wife. They're not my relatives. Even they're not even my relatives. Those are the people I know in my network. They're not even my, you know, I cannot tell them as friend, because at any point they can, you know, get to my enemy too. And how I stand against the chances that I make sure that in my network, I make sure and tell the people in my network that I'm stronger than my enemies. You can always depend on me. And if you're depending on my enemy at any point of life, it is not going to be a good idea. I just convince them this idea over and over, which will help me to stay in this position where I can call them even after midnight and just tell them this is the trouble I'm having to save me from all these things. And they'll literally come to me and save me from all the thing that I just proposed to them, which is good. Which is best thing with my network. So I can just call them and use my network to deal my problems, but not an emotional problem, but a real one. So as if an example, I can just show you. I've got one, two, three, four, five, 7, 8, 9 calls today. Everything else was more from my relatives and some, you know, normal emotional connected people. It was totally 12 calls. 9 calls that I called was from the people in my network. None of them asked how I'm doing. Everybody knows that I'm in this kind of medication loss. None of them asked how I'm doing. Are you taking your meds? Everything is good or not? Nobody asked me. But they only asked me helps. They need these kind of things. I'm in this kind of trouble. Just save me from these things. The same thing I wanted them to do, they are choosing me to do. So I find solutions for them. The more you're better in finding solutions for other people and for yourself, the more valuable you become. That is how you improve your value as a man in real life, in real time. So the better you're at providing solution for other people, you can be better in making a strong network. You can be better in managing your time. You can be better in finding good resources. And if you are good in using all these things, you might be, there's only a 99% of chance that you might be financially free. And this is that there is a 1% of chance that you won't be financially free in that. It is that 1% can be your laziness or arrogance. So it's not your stupidity. It is not that if you're stupid, you won't be financially free. No, stupid stupid people are also financially free. The point is that they don't realize they most people don't realize that they are financially free. Stupid people. So what happens if you're lazy or arrogant, which is a main factor that is against making yourself financially free? Laziness and arrogance is that maybe I say I have a good network, I have good connections. So I say that I can help you in these kind of way. And for example, I'll tell you, I was traveling to Trivandrum via train and I saw a 19-year-old boy. So his name is Hashpa. I saw this 19-year-old boy and we just talked and talked and talked and I came to know that he plays football good. He been to a state level and he just, you know, want to play football more. I just introduced my brother. He's a sports promoting company. He has a sports promoting company in Kerala. Now he's in Qatar. And I just introduced him to my brother. And my brother just introduced him to some of his main people in his network to make Ashfaq better. So if he's not going to use that kind of network, he's eventually not going to get anywhere. Maybe through this thing. So what factors does stand against his will and his emotions and his willingness to be a good football player. His his laziness, and his arrogance. Only these two things are going to stand against his likeness or his or likeness or willingness to become a good football player. So if he's not doing all these things, he won't be good. Maybe he might find a better path in future, but if he's not going to use this path right now, his success will be far, far away from, you know, nobody knows where. So the point is that you can be stupid. You can, have no brain about money and no brain about having network. But all these things can be learned with a very short span of time. But if you're lazy and if you're arrogant, you're not going to get anywhere. Even if, somebody came to you and offered $100 million for free, you might not be able to look after that $100,000. No, you might be finishing all the money on third or fourth day because you don't know how to deal with all this money if you're lazy and arrogant. So the point is that all the things, if you realize all these kind of things, you are far, far better than anybody around you. And if you don't think that you're better than anybody around you, don't change. Be smart, be the smartest in the room and change the room right after that. And in the next room that you're becoming, make sure that you are the most stupidest guy and become the most smartest guy afterwards. The better you're getting yourself smart, the better you are at changing your own environment for your own good. You become more valuable, you become more dependable, your network increases, your finance increases, everything, your intellectual ideas about business or whatever things that you're going to do just increases. It just gets better. So all you have to understand is that there are some point at some point you're going to lose every kind of connections, but what corely holds them is that your idea about handling them. As I've told that I'm right now at a medication and I'm completely alone. I have nobody to talk with. Oh, in this, except the people in my house. I have nobody else to talk with, which I'm really happy is that I'm staying with my family and I have people that I want to stay with. So I'm happy at some point at the end of a scale. So at other end of the scale, I'm too sad that I don't have got any friends, but I know hundreds and thousands of people. And nobody does care about my medications or how I'm doing good or not. Even if they call me right now, by knowing even them knowing that I'm at this kind of medication, they're not going to ask me how my medication is going or anything else is going, how my health is, how you taking your meds, how you doing good or anything else. They're going to just call me and I'm going to pick that call up and just ask for help immediately the second I just pick the phone. So all you have to do that to increase your value, increase all the dependability on yourself is that you know just help them, just handle the network right so that you don't be in any kind of trouble in the future or any near future or the far future. Who knows? If you have a good network, you might be alone. You might think that you are alone, but you're not. You have hundreds and thousands of people that you know. You have hundreds and the same hundreds and thousands of people who is going to come up to you at any kind of trouble, no matter what, but only if you handle your network the most right way, the way that I'm dealing with the network. So this is it. You are alone. No problem. If you have a good network, stay out.